It was March 22nd, 2024, where Alex Otti signed the bill to repeal the pension law of Abia State, where governors and deputy governors, former governors and deputy governors of the state, were given so much largesse as pension, criminal pension law that also exists in several states in Nigeria. On that particular day, after he signed that law, he stopped their 100% salary that they get and several other benefits, including exchange of cars, new vehicles, houses in Abia, in Abuja. He stopped it and said, moving forward, leadership and governance should be about the people. And when you are done, you should go home and focus on your life. He again reminded us that why does it take 35 years for an ordinary Nigerian to serve the country and be entitled to pension and gratuity? Why should you serve government and even an exalted office where your dreams come true, and then you now begin to live even more than your means because you have become governor or deputy governor at some point? It was on this date, the 22nd of March 2024, that these fathers of the politics of bitterness, politics that enrich pockets, selfish politicking, politics that benefit me and me alone. I'm talking about former governors Oji Uzokalu, Theodore Oji, and of course, Ifeanyi Ikpeazu vowed that they are going to ensure that Alex Otti become a one-term governor. And they have empowered their boy. And I'm not scared to say it. Very arrogant fellow in the person of Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. And they have empowered him to say, go back to government and go and ensure that that law stands. Because for them, they cannot afford not to have a funnel, not to have a pipe to government treasury where they continue to suck and suck and suck. Now, look at the whole dynamics of the pension law. And I ask, any state in Nigeria that is still practicing that very criminal pension law, unfortunately, over 28 states in Nigeria, only about 6 states in Nigeria have repealed that law. Criminally, Lagos State said they repealed it. We were supposed to repeal it in 2021, but they chose to do a 50% reduction instead of repealing it. And these governors that have governed this state have moved on from being governors, some of them to being senators, some of them to be ministers, some others to be ambassadors, others are secretary general, some of them are even president and vice president. But yet, the law that continues to give them 100% of their basic salary. For example, in Lagos, you get a house in Lagos and you get a house in Abuja. They are entitled to unlimited numbers of drivers, cook, gardeners, several things, medical support for unlimited numbers of family members. They get to change their cars every 3 years. 3 vehicles, 1 escort vehicle and 1 pilot vehicle, 5. In some states, they give them DSS and then policemen up to 8 for governors and deputy continually. And then you ask Nigerians to pay tax so that you can fund this same lifestyle. Are you not being wicked? And then you tell me that the president is empowering the state with money. He's giving state governors money. To do what exactly? In my state, Edo State, the laws here exist. And then of all of the noise that the governor has made everywhere, hating on Obaseki, but because of the benefit that is coming to Oshomole, you have refused. The only thing you have done is probably you would have paused sending the money to Obaseki. But guess what? Oshomole still get it, and today Oshomole is still governor, is still in the Senate. So what are we saying? How do you? I'm going to read out the number of states, and you know that, of course, the states that you are hearing now, you know that these are the states that have shown that they are ready for the next level. And then as we move on to 2027, you see this criminal pension law is one of the laws that Nigerians will begin to attack. In fact, I expect that before now and the middle of this year, there should be mass protests in all of these states where this law exists. And as the National Assembly, the State House of Assembly, repair that law forthwith. And no reduction, no manipulation, no deflation. Don't tell me 50% reduction. There is no way that you want us to move forward as a country. We are in this deep mess financially, but yet monies that come from central to state, they are also going to be losing a large chunk of it because they have people that have served for 4, for 2, for 3, for just 8 years with all of the attendant benefit that got to them in the name of pension law. Listen, Kwara State has repealed the law. Zamfara State has repealed the law. Abia State through Lesotho has repealed the law. Benue State has repealed the law. Imo State has repealed the law. And Taraba State has repealed the law. Only these 6 states have repealed this law. And as it were, Niger State, the law doesn't exist in Niger State. It means that the emotion to become the emotion and sentiment of the government in power to decide what to do. Every other state in Nigeria, she carries some fragments and fraction or different nomenclature of these pension laws. If your state house of assembly exists, and guess what? I know they are going to deflect it to say, ask the state house of assembly. It is the governor switch that works. For Abia State, Governor Lesotho knew that this criminal law should not exist. He sponsored the bill. The House of Assembly had a speedy process of reading and passage, and then he signed the bill. Today, no former governor. Surely for governors have failed. How is it that you've governed the state for 8 years and there's nothing to show for it, yet you continue to get pension for that state? What for? These are some of the things that continue to put this country down. It doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. And instead of us to focus on accountability, fiscal responsibility, and ensure that the people that comes to lead us are shown that you show first and foremost that you are coming for a selfless service. You come for a There are some countries where some of the offices you are given to, you work remotely. Sometimes it can be hybrid. But in Nigeria, it is almost a full-time work. An appointment in government, an election in government is end to poverty for 10th generation. And that's why somebody like the criminal Yaya Bello, without an apology, without an allegedly, will go ahead and pay school fees for his children for up to 10 years. And then somebody tells you that man qualifies to be regarded as somebody that means well. It is that same state, for example, where the governor has said that you should honor the former governor more than him. It means, therefore, that if federal allocation comes to him, he is likely going to take out for the former governor first before he even talks about the state. And it is in that regard, you see, we should pay taxes because they are going to know, sir. This country doesn't deserve to collect taxes from the citizens yet. Because the people that are at the ends of affairs have not shown fiscal responsibility and accountability. How do you cripple a society by putting in laws? For Lagos, for example, Bola Tinubu instituted that law by the time he was leaving power, and today he collects benefit. It is on record that Lagos State earns the highest when it comes to pension for former governors. It is as bad enough that what the Lagos State former governors earn, as it were, former governor and deputy governors earn, can be enough to run a full state in Europe. Can run a full state, a full country in Europe. But it is going to somebody's pocket in the name of pension law. To hell with the Nigerian tax law. If we cannot fix this current mess in our country, you don't deserve to take taxes from the people.